스톱.
근데 지금 바람이 크게 당겨요.
나이스 파! 오케이.
Po Chun-chi with a brilliant purse up for grabs for a field. 132 players in it again, just as we had last week. Korea women's Take you next to number 8, Hankyung Shield, teeing off on par 4. We are playing the garden course on the way out and coming in on the Palace at this 27-hole facility. Bungmin-ji, she is our defending champion. In fact, she is our 2-time defending champion. Last year, she only shot a 70 in the opening round before really turning things up on Friday and Saturday. This shot from, well, the other side of the green, quite frankly. Left her with a lot of work to do and still will have some with the putter. It was just a one-stroke win last year as well over Park Ju-young and Ho Da-bin. Sisuni now is at 1 under through 7 holes. It's a very interesting par 4 hole number 8. And 296 yards, 271 meters long. This Fortune Hills Country Club has a few interesting holes, including the fact that there are 3 par 5s on the way in. To 4, where Kim Min-ju was a little bit long with the approach, and that's a bit too much speed. There is a significant downslope just past that point. She has enough to stay up towards the top. Last week's big winner, the most incredible story, No Seung-hee, who won her first event and first major championship of her career. And it did wonders for the season-long races, where she is currently first in the Wemix points, second in the prize money, and third in average strokes. She said there are some similarities to draw from last week at Rainbow Hills to Fortune Hills in that it's a mountainous course. The real difference here in Po Chun-chi is the really wide greens, which makes the iron play so incredibly important. I've seen on a few occasions what happens when that club isn't quite as dialed. Now a right to left break for Bungmin-ji. That was to try and save a par, but she misses and will drop to +2. Of course, the pressure for this tournament is career win number 20, where she was asked about that in the lead up to the week, and she said, I was talking about my dream to win 20 kind of half-heartedly when she was a rookie, but it's coming to reality. I'm grateful for being able to challenge the defense of my title or the most wins record. I want to make my play look great with a lot of attention to iron shots. This is not so much an iron shot, but a wedge shot, and it's a good one up over the water, nice and close. Back at 6, EA1. Currently tied for 27th at even. She was ready to walk that putt in. A bit too much speed, and it forces it to pop out the backside. She's a bit mystified by the score on this hole. It is her second bogey of the day. She had one at 3, and her last par 3, number 4, was a birdie. So +1, she goes. Zhu. She looks to save a par. That 2 underscore at the moment has her tied for 4th position, 2 back. It is indeed where she will stay. Currently a 10-way tie at that 2 underscore. Everyone in search of Hankyung and Cheng Sebin, who are in the clubhouse with 68s. Shield with a 48-degree wedge. She needs a little bit extra distance. Roll that back to slightly past pin high, about an 8-meter putt for birdie. Dr. Young also able to secure the par that keeps her 2 back as well. At 8 Unina, she was just a few yards past the end of the fairway. Despite playing it from the rough, really good amount of control. Keeps herself within 5 feet or so. She is at 1 under, time for 14th. Sungi here at number 7. A wide fairway to the left of center of the team ground, and then an island green to go on in attack. She is well deep towards the cart path. To 7. So Hyun, who is +3 through 6, a tough start to the tournament. An uphill putt with right to left break. Great breathe and equally impressive execution. It's her first birdie of the day, and she'll hopefully leave some of those bogeys from the first third of the round in the rearview mirror and start a new streak. One that will see her much more aggressive on the attack. Next tee shot here at the par 4 is also long and missing the fairway. We are 0 for 3. Definitely more distance as it's downhill. Depending on which way the breeze is blowing, it can cause for some tricky tee shots. And to Pengxin Shiel, not quite able to reach that birdie. Not quite as long, but it is the same score as it turns out. Rewarded for a nice bit of short game play. Kim Jae-hee with a birdie. Seen some uphill putts. This is the other end of the spectrum, where the downhill weight control is oh so fine. Slight misalignment will prevent Uni now from having that birdie. Well, we've seen the tee shots from 7, but let's show you how it looks from the drone. Certainly significantly down the hill. 30 meters, in fact, the drop with a very wide first sand trap. $110 to 70 meters, depending on how long you hit. That's what is left to the front of the green from the fairway. And as mentioned, the island green. With a pin placement today at the extreme front left of the green. Just over that sand. In fact, to be precise, 7 yards from the front of the green and 4 from the left side. Another absolutely stunning day weather-wise. Nothing to complain about here. 35 degrees and mostly sunny skies at the moment here in Jeonshi. 2.8 meter per second wind out of the west, but it's been fairly calm today. And it will be EA1 first to go. Great perspective of just how close the pin is to the fringe today. It's a shot that requires some pinpoint precision. Unfortunately for EA1, looks like the wrong club or too much of a swing. Number 18 next with Kim Jae-hee. Sends her drive just left of the fairway up on the hill. Next up is Bung Min-ji from the rough. Nice and high. She'll just trickle through. Shows you just how complex a shot that can be. That was a high-pitched approach that hit the fairway, then the fringe, and still rolled about 6 or 7 feet past the flag. Of course, easier to take a higher lob when you're not in the fairway. The next example of this kind of shot is from No Sung-yi, who's a step before the cart path. She's gonna end up as the closest to the pin. Maybe 4 meters. It's not always the simplest of shots from the rough, but it's a case where the trade-off for a little extra yardage off the tee can actually be fairly helpful. mentioned, Park Ji-young and Chung Se-bin, they're 68s in this opening round. The scores to beat, though Kim Chae-hee just picked up her third birdie and is only one off the top. From Fortune Hills Country Club, this is the opening round coverage of the BC Card Hankyung Ladies Cup, 10th anniversary of this event here on the KLPGA Tour. And welcome back. If this isn't the perfect set of conditions for a round of golf, it is awfully close. That was ENG with a two-putt par as we go to 9. Punching Shield, 129 on the par 4, trying to set up a birdie that would see her get to an even 36 at the turn, but with that little breeze at her back, she goes just about the entire way to the backside of the green. It is 2:32 local time here in Pochun. Sumi is the next to putt. This is her look at a birdie, and the putter has stayed hot. It's one of the many reasons she was able to find the success she did yesterday. It's her third birdie already of the front 9. That brings her to 1 under. This approach at 9, much more like it. Less than 2 meters away from a birdie. ENG with an excellent shot. It's a par confirmed on the island green at +1, heading to number 8. Now we can see the flag fairly calm. Right side of the green is about half the depth of the putting surface. She unfortunately gets hung up on the fringe, otherwise she might have had a bit of a helpful push from the breeze. He now, she'd have to hole out to tie the lead, but she would happily get up and down and stay within 1. Bit of a miscalculation, too deep on her approach shot, gets it back to pin high. Go to the Palace course, the first hole of it, number 10.
바람 안 부는 작살로 55친다고 해서 펀치를
565 yards. It is the second longest hole on course, trailing only the third. Sumi, of course, says she would love to come on here and win a second, but seeing how much of a journey was to number 1, she added that consistency is what she was most keyed in on. Back to 9, Punching Shield putting up the hill and into the wind. I'll take that to about 2 meters from the par. The A1 admitted last week that the higher temps led to her concentration dropping. She said her play was disappointing by my standards. I will prepare for this competition with a new heart so that I can ride the upward trend again. She added as well that she typically prefers these mountain courses. It's important to send the shot to the desired landing point in competition that I regretted last year, but I'll focus on one hole at a time and finish it with good results. Last year, PengMingJi had said, I think if I can give myself 100 meters for the approach, I thought I could definitely get a birdie. But she admitted that her approach game is a little bit down, not as accurate as it's been. So, looking to play my iron better, she had said. Weight control. Maybe not just a few centimeters offline, and that requires a second putt. To save her par. Looks like she pushed that, but just hangs on long enough. She'll ends up having a 3-putt, which will send her down slightly once more. You never like to see anyone find it difficult to get their footing in the early stages of the competition, but what it does do is it proves the point about the iron play and the wide greens. It's an example of Hankyung just being punished for not being as close as she needed to be. Two meters out in the rough and 7.5 meters above the pin. Sungi on the attack, and attack is a great word for it. It's brave, but it's incredibly well struck. Should have no problem securing a birdie from that small remaining yardage. Start to drift back to the right. She'll stay on level footing, Kerry Park, but need a second touch. So able to go on and attack and come up with a good approach shot. Hankyung, she gets her birdie just at the turn. She's out with a 38. 1 is the last to approach in the group. Loop around and end up slightly out as the furthest from the pin. Kim Jae-hee starting us off on 9. This is definitely looking left. She's gone out towards the trees, somewhere behind a mound of rough. You can see her gesturing to her caddy. Yeah, I'm left. One exit south of the hole, and we'll meet that tap in for par. Minji, that will feel long overdue. First of the day coming at hole number 8. She is tied for 50th position now. No Sunyi, uphill left to right breaking putt. And just enough to stay on the line. She's done very well. Back to back 7 and 8, 4 already on this front 9. Let's take a look what that does to the leaderboard. Not a ton towards the top. Kim Jae-hee, we just saw her make par. She is the closest to the front. Nearly at a 33 for her way out towards the Palace course. On page 2, lots of players still in action. Park Do-young, Lee Chae-yeon-tu, Kim Min-ju, No Seung-hee, Lee Ki-pum, etc. Plenty to make a push towards the top. We will continue our opening round coverage when we return to Fortune Hills after a short break.
그거 좀 짧게 잡고 지금 우측 보이는 그린 보이는 데 쪽으로만.
여긴가?
아, 힘 약간 우측에.
Near the end of our first hour of coverage, No Sumi begins the end of her front nine. It's a tee shot at 9.
Good shot.
Minji, it is the slightest of bends from right to left. Away. So far, so good on one of the easier holes statistically on the front nine. A good opportunity to go on and attack. Just looking at the numbers so far today. Let's see that we only have 3 birdies here, so easy. I mean, the tee shots, it's all about how close you can get to the pin here. Making them close to the pin. Kim Jae continues to be one of the most exciting players this afternoon. Some understandable frustration. So Hyun, who's had a bit of a yo-yo start to this tournament, the highs and lows early on. The updated race to the WeMix Championship points after last week's major. EA1 remains in the lead by nearly 400, but No Sungi all the way up to second. Hangyung, Park Yang-yang, and Park Ji-young round out the top 5. Dungen to begin on number 11. Got 3 par 3s and 3 par 5s on the back 9. Gives some pretty good variety. Usually the split is 4 par 4s, 2 par 5s, and 2 par 3s, but we sacrifice a couple of those par 4s to make for some long holes, some short holes here on the Palace course. Just lands and trickles in. Good little spot to be. Now 8 iron for EA1. Playing into the breeze, and she'll also be a fairway back. Actually, it's playing with the breeze to be more precise. A beautiful day as we take a moment to appreciate the tranquility of the waterfall in behind and update the leaderboard. ECHAEUN-2, she has also birdied. She's through 11, but playing on the garden course to come in. She and Kim Chae-hee, one back of the lead. Pak Do-young, No Seung-hee, Lee Gi-pum, Kang Ji-sun, and Kim So-yoon 2, all at 2 under. While Lee Ga-young leads those at 1 under at the end of the opening round. This is the BC Card Hankyung Ladies Cup. We'll have more in Pocheon after a quick break. begin hour number 2 on hole number 9 as our featured group nears its midway mark. E1, no doubt, leaving herself with more work than she would have hoped, and it ends up affecting the scorecard as you might expect it to. Shield. It's uphill and there's a ton of left to right break. It begins early, it straightens out in time for the ball to run out of speed. It's close, but the last little loop requires a second putt from her. It'll be a par for our defending champion. Sungi is the final hope. Not gonna go. 2-putt for her as well. Her patience has been rewarded. She started the round with a birdie. She starts the back 9 with a birdie. Kim Ju at 12, her approach. She's trying to find the back right corner. A little bit too deep. Looks like 2020 as always, but takes less club. She might not reach all the way with that significant downslope. A bit of a wait to start the back 9. Kim Jae finally ready to go.
Okay.
엣지거든요.
126,
신기하나?
134. 신도리가 있어서 오줌이 충분히 있는 거잖아. 그래서 피 뒤에서 가볍게. 아니 135피? 135피? 약간 슬도 있고 뒤도 있어. 가볍게 컨트롤하면 될 것 같아. 피 뒤에서
opportunity now, fresh off this birdie, has an 8-iron in hand. Floats downhill, gets stuck on the fringe and won't be able to go any further.
바람이 정확히 뭐예요?
뒷바람에 지금 자고 있으면 살짝 틀려.
Shot from Chung Yoon-ji, fresh off of that first birdie of the day, is about in the center of the green. Best of the lot, we save for the last. She'll, I mean, it's almost impossible to keep it pin high, but she'll be more than satisfied with her start to the 11th hole. Sheehy playing her second. From the fringe, Kim Min-joo, that looks good. Just hangs on to the line at the very end. Fourth birdie for her today. She is now 2 back, tied for 6. That's an excellent putt. A halo around the sun. Shining some light through the ice crystals around the solar system's focal point, and honestly, a little bit of cloud cover probably brings some nice cool to the fields. Reminder of what's at stake, the race to the WeMix Championship all season long. Top 60 players in the WeMix prize money will receive a combined 500,000 WeMix coins, with 90,000 of those set aside for the winner. The leader is currently EA1, but no Seung-yi, up 6 positions after winning last week. Lots of fairway to go on and attack.
플레이하겠습니다.
Sungi with the honors.
Hey, shot.
Back to 11. You need that 8 iron. She'll play.
Okay.
Just about connects on a shot from off the green.
나이스. 아! 화이팅!
Smile flashes across the face as the supporters for her make themselves heard. Probably the easiest par she'll have all day. Not that she'll be complaining about that any.
바로 플레이하겠습니다.
Hankyung, it's a long look at a birdie, but a birdie look nevertheless. It's about what she could have expected. Excellent birdie, Hankyung. Hopefully give her a boost heading into this stage of the round. She had a double at 2, a bogey at 9. Getting closer to even with that to make. Stops just short for Hankyung. Here in the sand, Sungi digs in. Fairway bunker, still 287 to go. +1, her second, from the exact middle of the fairway. Stays in regulation with her second as well.
너무 잘 맞았어.
그리고
안 살.
Rejoin the action on 10. No Sungi, 145. She escaped the bunker with her second and now needs a lot of club to get down and reach the green. Trying to stay close to that bunker without making a second trip to the beach, but that won't be in consideration as she is very long, playing it conservatively.
Okay.
Okay.
find many an approach much closer than that. Pengminji with excellent display of her short game skill. Now EA1. Not quite as close as desired. Far off the mark either. Jarring it from a long way out of Yi Dong-eun. It's her second today and her first since hole number 7. Nicely played this par 4. Perspective, a really good job illustrating the two-stage nature of this green. Just leaving it a little bit short. Applause for Bae So-hyun. Bogey, double bogey to limp into the turn, but an early birdie. Certainly consistency has been her prime struggle. Now searching to get closer. No Seung-hee saves her par at 10. hear the gallery almost begging for the ball just to roll for another second or two. Settle for a par. Now Peng Min-ji, meanwhile, this is an opportunity to go low. Get herself back to even within 4 type of putt she has to have and does have. Let's see if this birdie streak can continue. Kim Min-ju, the latest to try. Strikes it too firm, and that goes sailing past.
살짝 오른쪽도 괜찮아.
근데 있으면 실바람이야.
맞아.
With the honor after the birdie, Peng Min-ji, she almost steps out of that swing.
Okay, okay.
Find herself around the front third of the green. And at 13, awfully close, but still just a few strokes off the top. Not particularly exhilarated by her tee shot either.
Shot.
He plays. Walk down to the green begins. Another pin that's proving very difficult to attack. It's EA1 centering that tee shot as well. Park Jiang, Chung Se-bin tied at 68. Kim Soo-ji. She has some company now. Both Lee Jae-hyun and Kim Chae-hee level with her, one back of the lead.
아니다. 바로 보시죠. 앞에 맞으면 슬라이스 올라가니까.
더 괜찮아?
어?
더 괜찮아?
아, 괜찮아.
Well, a telling stat for Pengxin Shiel's season so far. Driving the ball at 63%. It's just inside of the top 100. It has definitely been her Achilles heel.
우와.
She lands much deeper than she was certainly hoping for, and unfortunately can't get it to the bottom of the cup in one. A two-putt par for EA1. Proper drive. Peng Minji left to right, running it up the hill, looking for a birdie. She was on the speedier side of things. In with still another 2 or 3 feet on her putt before par.
네.
Peng Minji settles for par. She has 7 holes remaining in this opening round. And Kim Min-ju uphill left to right. Struggled with this type of break a couple of times today.
이걸 여기 쪽에 들어.
Just about gesturing to stay online with their putter, but a bit too quick, and Kim Jae-hee will watch that soar past. Understandably a bit frustrated with that one. Able to influence the score. Peng Min-ji's tee shot at 12. She watches a bit anxiously as that heads up towards the cart path. Now Peng Shield, her second. 512 meters. It's another really long hole. But only slightly by its downhill nature. Hankyung. Right to left shaped drive. Will nestle into the rough, just missing the fairway. Some more struggles off the tees. That's also gone right, this time from EA1. Shield. It's 105, probably going to play like 125 with the rough and the uphill nature of this shot. She makes all the necessary adjustments. It's a fantastic shot from off the green. Now from a similar position in the rough and a similar position on the green as she just hangs on. one. She just avoids the sand trap. Takes a big leap though, and will skip and roll all the way to the rough behind the green.
네, 알겠습니다.
Pungmin G154, she was not able to elude the rough. She's not able to stay on the green either. Second on 15. A little bit of backspin into the wind. She's in a great spot. About a 4-meter putt uphill for her birdie. Require an extra tap and punching shield. She's playing better golf. Seemingly she's starting to sort out the striver. Just needs the putter to come to the party. Now for a birdie. She's going to start this well to our left of the hole, knowing the break will come in. One from off the green, decided to chip. Not much left to do at all. carry to avoid that stage of the green. She's stuck on the low side, Kim Jae-hee. G back to even par, bringing herself to 4 feet away when she next addresses the ball. Ju can move within 1. Just a slight misread. She looks mystified. It's been the one part of her game that has slightly let her down. Sung-hee is the next to come close, but not enough for birdie. She'll be the first on the par putts.
고생하셨습니다.
This will be one of the best shots that we've seen since we've been on air. Inside of a meter. Chung Yoon-ji with an excellent start to the par 3. Yeah, 1 unfortunate. Slipped down to +2. Not exactly the shot she had in mind. Peng Shin-chil has gone basically to the cart path, back and left of the green.
네.
Uni now is the next to tee off with the Mercedes-Benz up for grabs, watching in behind. She isn't quite as close as Chung Yoon-ji, but she has just as much an opportunity for birdie when she reaches the green. Sumi from her perch up here on the teeing ground sends that drive into the fairway. Kim Jae-hee, this is her look for a birdie at the par 5. A long way still to get up the hill. Next to drive, VA1. Almost an identical shot. Kim Jae-hee, the putt for par. Keeps her within 1. She's elected to putt at 14. About 9 meters away and still a touch short. ENG was the easiest birdie she'll hit today, but she had to work for it with the tee shot. Nice second. Great contact with the fairway woods, right down the center with her second. Beauty now. Finishes off. It was a 2-putt, but really the first was off the green. ENG advancing with no issue. And Kim So-yoon 2. She is off to a torrid start to her round. She's now tied for the lead at 4 under through 8, but playing on the back 9 to begin. Lee-Jae-in 2 remaining 1 stroke back with Kim Soo-ji 69, Park Ji-young and Chung Se-bin also at that 4 under score here at Fortune Hills. Welcome back. No Seung-hee, last week's Belle of the Ball, winning her first title at the major championship. No championship hangover for her either, seemingly. She's off to a more than respectable start to this tournament.
야.
Pushing Shield away. I think the driver clearly a focus for her in the second round. We're starting to see the positive results from a little bit more attention to that aspect of the game. Peng Min-ji 115 and goes deep. EA1, it's 111. We have 2 short and Peng Min-ji long.
좀만 더, 좀. 아, 한 6m, 7m 되겠다. 7m.
Yamina gets her hole started with a powerful drive, but sacrifices the accuracy. It's up and around. Thursday afternoon, nearing the evening in Pocheon-shi at the Fortune Hills Country Club. 34 degrees. The clouds have rolled in and will likely stay put for the rest of the day. Similar conditions tomorrow. Saturday forecasted rain. Sunday as well, so it might be to the benefit to the players to put a couple in the back pocket these first 2 rounds where they can. So he cranks that. Needed a whole lot of speed to get up the hill.
나 오른쪽으로 하나인데
G, long way down looking for birdie. Break comes in before Osugi's ball marker. Stop short. G to a comfortable spot, 4 or 5 feet before. One trying to save a par and avoid dropping to 3 over. It's not been the aggressive highlight reel style of day that surely she would have hoped for when she began. She grabs that par, trots off to the next as well. We arrive on 14. It is the 5th hole on the Palace course. It is a 156 meter par 3. 2 of the next 3 holes are of these shorter varieties. Obviously the hazards being the water to the left, a slight OB area to the right with all the trees, but it's definitely one where the pin can be challenged. We've seen 18 birdies here already today. The average proximity to the hole, 8.93. G goes first, but her time on it is short-lived. We'll roll to the fringe. Unina just about pin high. She has been favoring using the putter from these areas around the green.
Yeah.
one is the next tee shot here on the par 3. She ends up with Peng Min Ji in the back corner. Brilliant approach shot leading to a bona fide look at a birdie, but Jung Yoon Ji lets it slip. Two putts. She has her par.
시작하겠습니다.
Peng Min Ji, it's a slim chance at a birdie, but a chance nevertheless. A bit too much power on her tee shot, leading her to need to concede a par. Down towards the flag. Contemplate that tight line. Ends up off into the rough. par 3. Union at 16. On, but quickly off the green, bouncing off the fringe. Now Sungi the first with the par, followed closely by EA1. Simple tap in for her. With some work to do, Uni now. Gives herself with just a couple of feet.
아니, 그 다른 팀들은 많은데 이게 팀이면 아예 남남이 같은. 그래서 예를 들어서 뭐 부산처럼 건축본부단 보면 부문에 다른 팀과 친하지 않아. 얼굴만 이상한 거 근데 우리 부문 내에서 우리 팀하고 우리 제1팀은 우리 팀하고 이 팀만 실수로 나머지 팀은 아무도 안 하거든. 아니 저기 뭐야 지금 부산에 했던 거 있잖아요.
Bungminji after a slightly disappointing hole for her in the group. Quickly on to the next tee with one of the most recognizable holes at Fortune Hills. Shot over the stones in the water and to the fairway on the other side before a sharp turn to the left. There's 4 holes to play in round 1. One rounds out the fields and away they go, down past the water. This is the green they're heading towards. It's where we find Kim Jae-hee, who comes so close, millimeters away from the birdie. we see the challenger at the moment. It's Kim So-yoon 2, who is tied for first at 4 under through 9 holes and about to begin her front 9. So she's on 18 at the moment. Kim Min-ju, she is 1 back with 1 to play. Lee Chae-in 2, the same for her as well, although she is on hole number 9. It is 4:30 p.m. local time on a lovely Thursday afternoon at Fortune Hills. We'll take a break and come back with more. Wrap up some rounds, we will, after a short break. Welcome back to the BC Card Hankyung Ladies Cup. To the tee at 16 with Kim Chae-hee, 7. There's a lot of left to right side spin. And she greens off the green. No such problems for the first 2 approach shots. Here at 15. There's No Sung-yi as the next to go. to a very workable position of the green. Say 3 meters to be conservative. It's about 4 meters past the pit for Idongun. The end of her opening round. Kim So-yoon 2, she begins her back 9 on number 1. Has a share of the lead and a half around to go on and put herself at the top. She'll start with the par. Cool off that putter. It's red hot. Ju her approach up at the last. One final hole to go on and look for a share of the lead. Two feet shy at the very most for Peng Min-ji. Well managed from a difficult spot. Peng Xin-shil off near the cart path once again. From the corner. Just 2 short meters left to go. Finding a lot of success this corner. Uni now with a really nice approach. Yeah, one, she can hardly believe it. And it needs one last tap. Sungi can't seem to solve the Rubik's Cube that is this green either. Bit of a cold drill that we're all under continues. Buck To Young, she's hoping this is her final putt of the day. Right to left downhill for the par. A 70 this opening round. 34 and 36, birdies at 4, 6, and 8. The one drop came on the 7th hole.
실례하겠습니다.
And to 16, Bung Min-ji, a 6 iron. She is still stuck at even. Mentioned earlier, her title last season saw her only score 2 under in the opening round. She has 3 holes to get there. Bung Shin-chi looking for even, but completely misreads the break here and powers through it. No birdie to be found. So she gets us started. A 1 and a 7 iron. Complete and utter disbelief. Maybe now she has to settle that one didn't fall for her. Now Kim So-yoon 2. It's a 116-meter approach. Nice for us to see some of the holes on the front nine. We don't often get to see this part of the course on our side of the broadcast. She's on, but can't get on the brakes in time. He will bounce off into the fringe around the green.
살짝 있긴.
G, it's not been the consistent shooting, especially with the putter, that she's needed to throw herself up towards the top of the leaderboard. It's a long-awaited birdie. Once again, getting the job done on the par 3, just her second of the day. He stands up and quickly walks to the other side of the pin. Oh, she'll need at least one more shot. Seung-hee, well, it's the par. The final 2 holes. They've been waiting to erupt for that birdie for some time. Kim Chae-hee, she has been oh so close to finding these on a consistent basis. She jars it from the fringe. And it is a lovely way to set up hole 18. Once again in that spot where she just needs the 1 birdie to move to the top.
네, 알겠습니다.
저랑 술이에요?
예.
Tee shot into the fairway. We will head back to 18. Yunina playing her 2nd on the par 5 and 2:30 to go. Bounce is once cushioned, might be the better verb. Next to the left side. Ideal shot is just off the fringe. Very would bring that bunker into play.
네.
Suni 1 under with 2 to play in this opening day. Gets the penultimate hole underway with her driver. Look across the water at the waterfalls and mountain. And update the leaderboard for you. Kim So-yoon 2, she is on the 3rd hole of the front 9. Tied for the lead. We have Kim Chae-hee now 1 back after her birdie at 17. Yunina, she is 2 back also on 18. Chung Soo-yeon 2 under through 13. As we get to the final few holes in this opening round of the BC Card Hankyung Ladies Cup 2024 10th anniversary playing of this tournament. And welcome back. Just beyond the start of the 5 o'clock hour, which means we have a little bonus golf for you today. It's the 4th hour of our coverage that begins, probably 20 or 25 minutes to go. Our featured group, they're on the 2nd to last hole. The next approach shot to be made belonging to Pungmin Ji. She needs to birdie both to replicate what she had done 1 year ago, a 70 in the opening round. Fortunately for her, she will be the only player off the green as that bounces onto the fringe. It's actually excellent for Bang Xinxiu. End of the day, 35 on the way in, birdies at 4 and 11. She dropped a shot at 9 and had a bit of an early blow up with a double bogey, but she was able to bounce back and not let it sidetrack her too much. Here it comes. Speed won't be the issue. Slightly misaligned at the very end. No 18th heaven for Uni now. Well, she took the odds and she defied them for all of us to see. 1 under with that birdie at 17. Well, she's joined in the birdie column by EA1. If she can convert on this shot. That was the replay. Pungmin Ji now 3 back with 1 to play in this opening round. And to Jung Yoon Ji on 18, who's fallen apart a little bit on the back 9, but a chance to end the day on a high. Jars it a 75 in round 1. Double bogey 11, bogey 12. She worked to get a couple of those back, 14, 18, and 9, her birdies in the opening 18. There is birdie. Back-to-back, in fact. 3 on the day to go with the 3 bogeys. CA1 is even heading to the 18th and final hole. Perfect day, bogey free and 3 birdies, 1, 10, and 18. She ends the round 1 back of our 3 leaders, and have to keep the smile off for good reason. Oh Seung-hee makes it 3 for 3. She is 2 back with 1 to play. Well, as our feature group walks to 18, let's take this opportunity to go through some opening round highlights. And the players that made the biggest splash, they tended to begin earlier in the day. This was Park Ji-young, who was absolutely dynamite through the first 10 holes of the day. She'd have some issues sneak in back 9, but we'll get to those in a moment. She'd end up finishing 4 under. And this a tee shot on the par 3 that grazes over top of the hole and just about falls for an ace. Park Ji-young, who at this point had dropped back down to 3 under. You can see that run, 3 bogeys, 2 through 6. She'd get her bird at 7 and would par out from there. Also on 16, Hankyung would have her 3rd birdie. She would go on to finish at 2 under, tied for 7th. But we saw this shot not too long ago. No Seung-hee narrowly avoids the bunker, rolls down from the fringe, and last week's champion would be able to finish off with a simple putt with a little flair as it loops around before going down for back-to-back birdies. She would have 8 at that point in this opening round. How about Uni Na, who was quiet after birdieing the first. Here on 10, she would have another, and we just saw not too long ago birdie to end the day. And there it had been. 3rd birdie for Uni Na, and this the big birdie for Kang Min-ji to get to 1 under par. She has 1 hole to play, and we will have to wait until tomorrow to find out how she's able to fare. We'll also find out tomorrow how Kim Jae-hee and Kim So-yoon 2 each conclude their rounds as well. Hovering around the top, we see Chung Soo-yeon, still early days for her through 13. No Seung-hee also heading to 18 as we speak, but also as we speak is when we say goodbye, because we're out of time for this opening round, unfortunately. But on the bright side, we will have 3 more rounds for you. And tomorrow's round will begin at the exact same time as we had done today, 2 p.m. local time in Pocheon-si. It will be the 2nd round of the BC Card Hankyung Ladies Cup for 2024, the 14th event of the season, and the 10th anniversary of this tournament with 1.4 billion won up for grabs. For our SBS Golf crew, I've been Adam Jenkins signing off and wishing you a very pleasant evening. We will see you tomorrow for more on the KLPGA Tour.